I've watched you. Sometimes our people disagree with you, but I mean, I understand some of your approach. I mean, sometimes we take a hard bite. It helps us as politicians.
Nowadays, when I listen to you, I even panic.
Why?
Maybe, hey,
Why do you panic?
the way you, Papa, Papa.
Figuratively, he bites as hard as he can.
Okay.
And of course, when he puts his fangs into you, you certainly feel it. I think it prickles.
Watch Johnny's bite.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup runneth over, and surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. It's Thursday, the 24th of April. Welcome to Johnny's Bite. I need to quickly announce for your information that our technicians are working around the clock today and tomorrow. That's the 24th and the 25th of April. So the sound will be disturbed in certain areas. Kindly bear with us. But you can always watch us on Facebook, which has more clarity, and YouTube as well at 3FM 927. So our technicians are working round the clock just to make sure that we give you the best of service. So please bear with us between today and tomorrow, and we'll be happy to give you the best that we ever can produce. Good morning to Reverend Coleman, Ebenezer Coleman. Good morning to you, and Robert Coleman as well. Now, there are lots of stuff happening in town, and it never ends. I remember that, and I've told you this before, and I reiterate. I remember when I started Johnny's Bites, some key persons within the previous government, it came to me and said, "Oh, Charlie, this one, you can't sustain it beyond 6 months." And I said, well, you are talking to somebody who has practiced for 2 decades, created content, edited stuff, and you're saying that across platform, radio, TV, print, all of those things that I've done on my own, emceeing events here and there, curating stuff, I cannot sustain a segment of a show. Then what is my worth, really? Elsewhere, I would have been a consultant. Having practiced and done the same thing over many, many years, I would have been a consultant. But in Ghana, we think that journalists are just, one of those guys, So, and that's why, for me, I think that we must consistently remind those who use the pen to know that the pen is mightier than the sword. This is series 4 of the renewed energy version of Johnny's Bite. Renewed energy. Tell who needs to know that we have renewed energy. And we are not backing down on telling the whole world what the true situation of our country is. And we are going to co-produce the results that we're looking for. No amount of intimidation will work. Now, yesterday I read a press release from Christian mothers who were quoting the Bible. In the same press release, they were talking about the fact that when the righteous strive, the people rejoice. When the wicked rule, the people groan. So you're quoting the Bible to say that the man is a wicked man and you're asking him to forgive. Do wicked people forgive? But that is from Christian mothers. Now, I knew that there was a problem with this, especially when there was no name, no contact number, etc. All of these people parading themselves as Christian mothers. Now, the true Christian mothers of the Catholic Church, I'm an Anglican, so the Anglo-Catholic Church, the proper Catholic Church, they have come to write, the Christian mothers of the Catholic Church, they have issued a disclaimer saying that, they issued it yesterday, Christian Mothers Association of Ghana, and they say to all presidents and members, Ghana and diaspora, Christian Mothers Association, all archdiocese, Ghana, dear all, disclaimer, receive greetings from the head office of the Christian Mothers Association, Accra. Christian Mothers Association has seen a press statement making the rounds on social media. Please note that this is not coming from the Christian Mothers Association in the Roman Catholic Church. We comply with the canon laws and teachings of the Roman Catholic Church and distance ourselves from the press statement. Yours sincerely, Mother Olivia and Sue Amponsa, Mrs. Executive Secretary. Her phone number is there. If you want to confirm, you can read and call her. It says, for the national president, Mother Hannah Isuman, Mrs. So the true Christian mothers have come to say, be we cannot be writing such tosh and be putting things out. Speaking of which, let me quickly play for you an old video of Her Ladyship, the Chief Justice, now on suspension, and His Lordship Justice Paul Bafoboni is acting in his stead. I want to play that video because it will refresh your memory a bit, right? So let's get to listen to this.
On ensuring that you have the competencies to be in the place that you are put. And I was reminding myself of recent conversations when people would say to me, you have held up, you have done well in this onslaught. And I realized that what has held me up is the assurance of competence. Simply, no decision that I have made in my role as Chief Justice or in my capacity as President of a panel of the Supreme Court has come from anything but a knowledge of law. No matter how many noises are made, the law is the law. And the only answer one can give to all the hand waving is the legal answer. And
the law is the law. No matter how many noises are made or how much noise is made, the law is the law. Her Ladyship, the Chief Justice, said it. Now, you ask yourself the question, and directly to all those making noises, as was put there, that, this suspension, this petition, this process, and you ask them what law is being broken, and nobody can say anything. Now, the question is that, is there any law being broken? If that answer comes, then we will all charge at President John Mahama and tell him that you are breaking the law. Don't be a lawbreaker. Weren't we in this country when Mr. Domelevo was hounded out of his office? His door lock was changed. He had gone on leave. By the time he got back, he was hounded out of the office. His birth certificate was in the public. His baptismal certificate was in the public. A former person who had sat on that seat, who had now become the board chairman, literally hounded him. And the president aided him to do that. The president at the time, Nana Akufo-Addo, he aided him to do that. Months after, what did the Supreme Court say? 9 of them said that, Mr. President, you acted unconstitutionally. And if you act unconstitutionally, it means you are a lawless person. Because to be constitutional is to be lawful. If you act unconstitutionally, it means you are lawless. And I've showed you what the composition of the Supreme Court looks like. One by John Mahama, by Justice Poamani in 2015, and then one by President Kufuor in 2008. The rest by President Akufo-Addo. And 9 out of the people he put there at the Supreme Court sat and said, Mr. President, you got it wrong. You acted unconstitutionally. You kept quiet about it. You who is now making funny noises, you kept quiet about that. Her Ladyship, the Chief Justice, says the law is the law. No matter what it is, we will have fidelity to the law. So tell us what law is being broken here, which is why you are so livid, so angry, making all those emotional outbursts. Tell us which law has been broken, that we can follow you and make sense of anything you are saying. Until that time, you are not making any sense. I told you this is a renewed edition, renewed energy edition, 4th in the series. I said 9 of these noble judges, they looked at the Domelevo case, and they said, Mr. President, you acted lawlessly. You were unconstitutional. What you did was unconstitutional. Go and read the judgment again, and read the reasoning behind the judgment. Sorry, I've told you, when they send you to come and say things, be measured. You are somebody's father, somebody's brother, somebody's uncle, somebody's auntie. You to listen, read through the line. 9 of them, they came and said, Mr. President, you acted unconstitutionally. Now tell me, no, play back the CJ's video again. Tell me which law is being broken. I want to understand. When you are able to listen to the CJ.
Listening to our Lady Chair on ensuring that you have the competencies to be in the place that you are put. And I was reminding myself of recent conversations when people would say to me, you have held up. You have done well in this onslaught. And I realized that what has held me up is the assurance of competence. Simply, no decision that I have made in my role as Chief Justice or in my capacity as President of a panel of the Supreme Court has come from anything but a knowledge of law. No matter how many noises are made, the law is the law. And the only answer one can give to all the hand-waving is the legal answer, unless we want something else. But I am quite sure that Ghana as a society is not looking for Chief Justices that bend and give them something other than law. And therefore, here I am. Everyone gets the law.
Everyone gets the law because nobody is above the law. You can choose to insult me, hate me. I don't care. The law is the law. I didn't say it. The knower of the law. Is there anything like that? The knower of the law. The teacher of the law, the arbiter. She herself said the law is the law and everybody gets the law. So if you don't get the law, go and learn the law. Let them teach you the law. Find a lawyer to guide you through the law. Because the law is the law. Finish. Forget your emotions and all those outbursts. It doesn't work. The law is the law. Is there any law being broken? I don't know. Take me to Tamale Teaching Hospital, my beloved Tamale. And I'm sad. I'm sad about the turn of events. I wanted my heart to cool before I touch this matter, but the more it lingers, the more it gets me angrier. I have spoken to you about many different hospitals in this country. And I've spoken to you about the attitude of some, not all, some of the health professionals. Somebody demonstrated just a slice of how some people feel that they are more important than everybody else. They treated us. Go to the hospitals, you see them. I traveled to the UK not so long ago, aka Maldives. A friend of mine took me to a hospital. I was all sick. He was. So I accompanied him. The kind of help and assistance and how courteous they were in delivering help. As soon as you enter, you yourself, you will feel healed. Visit any of our hospitals, if not the private people. And that's why people prefer private hospitals to public hospitals. Here in Ghana, once upon a time, a good friend of mine, his wife was going to deliver at Kolebu Teaching Hospital. We went to the maternity block. There was light off to begin with, light off. The child I'm talking about will be about what? 3 years now. The light was off. Guess what? The chairs that the doctors sit on, the chairs had no backrest. Swivel chairs, but the backrest was broken. As soon as they saw me, they said, let's quickly finish and deal with these people before Johnnie Hughes sees the thing and goes to say it. Not long after I started to rain, the ceiling was dripping with water where pregnant women lay. I am telling you. And anybody who has been to those facilities, they know what I'm talking about. So when you get an opportunity and a minister of state leaves his office to come to your place, he didn't create the problem in the first place. And I need you to understand that this new minister is just less than 4 months in office. He didn't create this mess. This mess has been an age-old problem. You can start counting from Jerry Rawlings, run through J. Kufuor, run through Mills, run through Mahama, come and run it through Akufo-Addo, run it through John Mahama again. There have been age-old problems. We know the rich people, the big people in this country, they don't attend those public hospitals. I've stood here and spoken about Korle Bu, for example. And I told you that the surgical block, some dimwit with gray hair in his hair was insulting me because I mentioned it. The whole block, the last floor is reserved for the VVIPs. That's the only place you can find that everything is working optimally. The rest, you can see the nets, the windows, the seat is torn, it's dirty. I am not the one saying it. Go there, you find it. Go to Efia Kwanta, go to Kofo Anoche, go to Tamale Teaching Hospital. People are lying outside waiting for their patients. I'm saying that I traveled, I saw the facility. I've seen one in South Africa. I've seen it in many different places. We treat our people here like rubbish. So when you get a minister who comes to your place, and then you have an opportunity to have sold your problems to him and gotten a response, and your best attempt is that I will get into a heated argument with the minister. Sorry to say, but you are not acting wise. I'm sorry. I'm not supporting the minister. I'm saying that if you can do that to a minister of state and a sitting member of parliament whose area the hospital falls within, then those of us who are commoners, when we come to you, how would you treat us? I'm asking you, those of us who are common, when you come to you and say, oh, we have gone on strike, we have this service, we are not providing, we are not doing this, we deserve our police. You don't deserve anything. You deserve Suba and Papa. You deserve Suba and Papa. The citizens of this country deserve to be treated very well because they pay your salaries. You complain about Zoom Lion, you complain about this, but when we complain about you, then you get angry. We will complain about you because we pay, our taxes pay you, your taxes don't pay me. We will complain about you, we'll talk about you. In this same country, we have seen doctors and nurses who were so selfless in their delivery of quality medical care to people. We have also seen very shambolic provision of medical care to people. Oh, we have. You have health assistants there, they mean prepare fear. Sorry, if you're eating breakfast. Maybe Jones or they mean to mean foul. I said I traveled out. There are people waiting on you for you to even do those so they can item 1 and 2 so they can pick them. You have people go to work, they don't do anything, they are always on their foot, pressing. The health minister was talking about the sanitary conditions in the hospital. You go to the hospital not to pick infections, you go to the hospital to get healing. Go to our hospitals, walk into any public hospital of your choice, ask to use their washroom. You will throw up. I say, go to any public hospital of your choice. Ask to use their washroom. Oh no, I'm daring you today. You who is angry that I'm saying the truth. I'm speaking the truth. Go to any public hospital. Choose one. Just one public hospital. Whether it's a polyclinic, a CHIP compound, a hospital, what it is, just choose one. Go to the hospital today and ask to use their washroom. You will come back with the results. And even if it is for free, we need to wake up as a country. I always talk about Korle Bu because I have a certain sense of passion. I was born there. When the colonialists established Korle Bu in 1923, Sir Gordon Gorgesbeck, when they established Korle Bu in 1923, they had a certain sense that, look, we are sending people here, malaria and other things are killing them. By the time we transport them over the seas to our country to receive proper medical care, they die. So let's establish something that is a replica of what we have out there, so that when our people are sick, we can bring them here and get them cured quickly. Go to any of those hospitals that were established in those areas and go and check. Charlie, play the video.
Even the minister, you should look at the way you are behaving in front of me. So you can imagine how I'm trying to explain. You can imagine how I'm trying to be how can you behave like this? So it means that you're doing worse things here. It means that you're doing worse things here.
Boss, please. Honorable, please.
I mean, you with your superiors, look at how you are arguing. There's a problem. There's a problem here. So if a commoner comes here, can you imagine what? How can somebody talk to this man here? How will he be able to communicate with you? Student comes here. How will he deal with it? There's a problem. There's one here, and there's a staff. The staff also have one here, and that's why you brought me here to come and see. Is another point. Meanwhile, it's not accessible to the patient.
It's only accessible when the taps open. So that's the situation. So for a while now, water hasn't been flowing in there. And that's what I wanted you to see. You see that there are sachets. People enter there and they use sachet water and then just dump it there. And that's the situation.
Please, even if it is not being used, you can't clean the place and lock it.
There's no water.
No, you can clean the place and lock.
There's no water to scrub the place.
You don't have water to do anything. You can make arrangements for the tankers,
yes.
the tankers to bring water. And so you don't have that arrangement. Dr. T, you are telling me that you can't have water for this place to run this facility.
No, we get
Morning is on 92.7. Sunrise on 3
And one night we didn't have water at the emergency, and he himself got them to get the yellow barrels to come and bring water for the nurses to work. So at our level, sometimes my HOD does his best.
Yes, I agree. And I'm the first person to admit that there are challenges with respect to water in Tamale. But that's why you're a leader here, that's why you're a CEO here. Not until we resolve the issue completely. I've been on the committee for a very long time, and we have always been talking about this. And we think, we know that you have a way of providing water for the facility until we solve the issue permanently. And that is what we have been briefing us. We know that the Tamale water challenge goes beyond the facility. It's well known in the country and all that. But you cannot tell me that, because if you are not very careful, people come here and pick the diseases from here and go home. That's what it is. And you know, they're medical doctors. So they'll come here because there's no water. The person is sick. He comes here and picks the disease and he goes with the disease because there's no water.
So we have then they want to hold you're allowed to 4 trips. That 4 trips alone cannot dialyze take care of the dialysis unit for a day. Because when you open one dialysis machine, like open a tap. So the 4 tankers a day is not enough. So when the water can we prioritize. We have the public toilet that we have for patients. So if this one is locked, then they'll use the public one. It's outside one built by GMTC. So maybe on the way we will go far. The only is a bit far from here. But
the best in the morning is on 92.7. Sunrise on 3 FM.
Now, let me ask a common sense question. If you go to Tamale, and I go to Tamale very often because by the kind benevolence of Yana and my paramount chief, Bona Salifutia II, I'm a small chief in Daba. If you go to Tamale and you speak to the indigents, the reviews that they give you about the Tamale Teaching Hospital, you will puke. If you go to Tamale and you listen to the reviews about Tamale Teaching Hospital and what they have to say about it, I'm talking about raw data, like Musa Dankwa was a raw data. Your heart will be broken. That's 1. 2, so there's water problem. We agree. 4 tankers is not enough. We agree. Can we not have a common sense question and sink a borehole or boreholes? What will it take? Because the problem is water. And the minister put it rightly that, look, we could, please find me that document from GMA, the second one. That we could have people come there and pick infections. And I'm saying that it does happen. People leave and go to hospitals Because the washroom is dirty, they stay there. They keep whatever they have in them until they get home or to a place that is more convenient, so that they can have their convenience. Out of anger, the minister may have acted. But picture this. If you are in a private sector and you are the manager or the owner of a company, and you come into your company and you see that things are not running well, and you ask a question and the first attempt you get is somebody trying to fight you back and tell you off. As a manager, what do? Do you apply sanctions? Do you suspend? Do you sack? You tell me. Some of you manage businesses. What would you if your employee decides now to dictate to you and to talk anyhow to you? What do you do? I'm saying the man was not scared to do it to the minister. So imagine Isifu going to Tamale Teaching Hospital. And Isifu cannot even, may not be even able to express himself in English, Taflache. How would Isifu be treated? How would Memuna be treated? How would Kojo or Niado be treated? It's a question that you must pause and ask yourself. People have been in queues in hospitals. A doctor emerges from the consulting room and says, I have closed. Wait for the next doctor. Then you'll be in the queue. And you wonder what happened to the Hippocratic oath that they took. I said in this country, people will be in a queue. If I'm lying, tell me. People will be in a queue in the public hospital. A doctor will emerge from the consulting room and walk over and tell everybody I have closed. Wait for the next doctor. And you may wait for about 1 or 2 hours before the next doctor comes. Our healthcare system is sick in its fixing. People are too pompous within our healthcare system. They need to be told in their faces. Yeah, they need to be told in their faces. Doctors and nurses, some of them are not the most special human beings on earth. They need to be told in their faces. Elsewhere, when they go, and interestingly, people are happy to live here and go outside Ghana and go into other countries and go and do the same jobs that they reject and refuse to do here. Go to the UK, go to the US, go to Canada, go and see how many nurses there are. Cleaning people's whatever. They don't complain about it. But when they are here, they feel like they are Lord and God of all. You should be ashamed of yourself, bowing down your head in shame. The minister may have acted with hot blood, but it tells you a certain signal that we are tired. We are tired. We are tired. They say when people can't find work, they say, well, let's join police or let's join nursing. Let's go become teachers. That one, the job is guaranteed. You'll be posted. You'll be paid at the end of every month. So people go and do those kind of jobs without their heart. Let's read the GMA's response. 23rd of April. Developments at Tamale Teaching Hospital. Dr. Srebo and Dr. Salome, they wrote this. The Ghana Medical Association has taken notice of the very disturbing developments at the Tamale Teaching Hospital. The GMA strongly condemns the unfortunate treatment of the doctors at the emergency unit of the hospital during the visit by the Minister of Health and the Member of Parliament for Tamale North and subsequent dismissal of the Chief Executive Officer of the hospital. The manner in which the dismissal was carried out is an affront to due process and abuse of power by the Honorable Minister of Health. The GMA stands in solidarity with our colleagues in the wake of these injustices being perpetuated. Are you standing in solidarity with your patients as well? The ill-informed media audit. You see, again, the press is under attack. The ill-informed media audit of the death of the patient raises serious issues of breach of patient confidentiality, exposes the facility to medical legal risk, and prejudges the issue even before the matter is duly investigated. Indeed, the doctors have already been tried in the court of public opinion. We saw the videos. The head of the emergency unit has already received threats and cyberbullying, putting him and other staff at risk of physical harm and psychological trauma. These acts, if continued, have the tendency of demoralizing committed workers and reducing public confidence in the health system. While the association recognizes concerns raised by relatives of the patient and the minister and MP, there exists clearly laid down processes and procedures to resolve concerns or grievances rather than these circuses of public engagement, which often only whips up public sentiment without addressing the underlying issues or providing any lasting solutions. You miss the opportunity to address the issues. The Ghana Medical Association therefore demands an unqualified apology from the Minister of Health and the Member of Parliament for Tamale North for the unwarranted attack on the staff involved. Will the GMA also apologize to us for not having a hospital that doesn't have a washroom that is workable where people have to carry sachet into it? Would the GMA have the temerity to apologize to us for punishing us for this long? For not using the IGF to do anything that is reasonable for us to also have a breathing space? Would they apologize to us? You see the pomposity I'm talking about? The GMA calls on the hospital to ensure due process is followed to ascertain the true facts about the grievances of the affected family and find lasting solutions to the issues. We also call on the management of the facility to ensure the safety of the staff involved and provide the necessary psychological support to them. The GMA is committed to dispassionately discussing the lingering systemic issues in the health sector and finding lasting and holistic solutions rather than public blaming of doctors and other health workers for issues that go beyond their control. It is worthwhile noting that doctors and other health workers work in trying circumstances with limited resources, oftentimes using their meager personal resources to deliver care. That I agree. Some of them do, not all of you. The GMA is closely monitoring the situation in the facility and, for that matter, all other facilities, and will advise our members appropriately in due course. They say they have suspended certain services. So I asked, does Tamale Teaching Hospital get internally generated funds? And when they get the funds, what do they do with the funds? It's a simple question to ask. Does Kolebu get internally generated funds? And when they get, what did they do with it? We've seen Professor Kwabena from Poboati and Kolebu. We've seen Professor Ajimabedu Akosa. We've seen greats there. We've seen many others at different places. So we're asking the question, when you get the IGF, what do you use it for? You are asking for an apology. That's right. So can the citizens also now start demanding apologies from you for all the things that you have done towards the citizens? Have you apologized to the family of the late Salim, what's his age, 31-year-old Salim, who died in your hands? Well, let's be measured in some of the things that... Look, let me leave it. I'm boiling up. Finally, there's a car stealing syndicate in town. Over the last 3 weeks, 3 vehicles belonging to 3 friends of mine have been stolen. Can we see the vehicles, please? 3 vehicles, a pickup vehicle, a taxi, and then, so this pickup, GS 52909, was stolen. It was stolen at Santa Maria. It was stolen, was it Santa Maria? Yeah. Was stolen around that area. And then there's also a giant truck, right? This truck, belonging to one Mr. Jacobs, GW 243718, was also stolen at Dansoman. Now, I'll show you something that happened at Konkoma Market. The police had to move in. This car was at Agege 205, right, in Dansoman as well. Mamprobi, Agege, all those areas. Parked by the roadside. They stole it and took it to Konkoma Market, and they were literally trying to cannibalize the vehicle. Play the video. There's a video there. Play it. So we get to see what really happened. They took somebody's vehicle and they were cannibalizing it for scraps. Right? They were cannibalizing the vehicle for scraps. And I want to say good morning to the IGP. Good morning to IGP Yohonu. I said there's a car stealing syndicate in town, so be careful, beware. Please play the video. There's a car stealing syndicate in town. So you have that video. And I want us all to see what really transpired. I want us all to see exactly what transpired. Where somebody's car had been stolen, and then they took it to to Konkoma Market, the police had to act swiftly. But the vehicle had been stolen. This vehicle, show me the other pickup, please. This is Mr. Jacob's vehicle. That's him there. I know him personally. He did work and pay for 2 years, was able to pay off the vehicle, got it. Bam, they stole it. That's another vehicle that has been stolen as well. Yesterday, another person sent me a Kia Sorento thing that had been stolen. So there's a car stealing syndicate in town. People are stealing. And so we'll call on the IGP to intensify so we can see. Is the video ready? Let's play the video quickly so that people can see how treacherous human being can be to another human being. So what you see is the vehicle, right? It's on Facebook. You can go. That's the vehicle there. And they were cutting it piece by piece to sell it off as scraps. They were cutting it piece by piece to sell it off as scraps. This is at Konkoma Market. These are the policemen who went to... So they bought the vehicle. They forced them to buy the vehicle. It's a shame, huh? And this happened in Accra. 205 Dansoman. Sadwe, good morning to you. This is a very serious thing, oh. Your car could be parked here. You're going to buy gobe. By the time you come, your car is gone. And this is what could possibly happen to your car. So let's all beware and let's all be each other's keeper. Because there's a car stealing syndicate in town. That's how I end my show today. Please call me 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, Sajja, how are you?